International, Part D, Sound and Light Signals. Rule 37, Distress Signals. When a vessel is in distress and requires assistance, she shall use or exhibit the signals described in Annex 4 to these regulations.
According to the International Code of Signals, a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle is considered to be in distress when it is threatened by grave and imminent danger and requires immediate assistance. Several international maritime treaties, to which the United States is a signatory, require the master of a vessel to assist those in distress at sea. For example, SOLAS, Chapter 5, Regulation 33. Under U.S. law, 46 U.S. Code, Section 2304, mandates a master or individual in charge of a vessel, other than warships and U.S. government vessels used only for public service, to assist those in distress at sea, as long as doing so will not seriously jeopardize the master's or individual's vessel or crew. Moreover, penalty for violation is a fine of not more than $1,000, imprisoned for not more than 2 years, or both. Annex 4 covers numerous internationally recognized visual and audible distress signals which can be used to attract attention for assistance.
International Annex 4, Distress Signals. The following signals, used or exhibited either together or separately, indicate distress and need of assistance. A gun or other explosive signal fired at intervals of about a minute.
Keep in mind that a gun, without the proper permit aboard a vessel, could lead to confiscation, arrest, and even imprisonment.
A continuous sounding with any fog signaling apparatus. Rockets or shells, throwing red stars fired one at a time at short intervals.
Aerial distress signals, whether red meteor or red parachute flare, handheld rocket-propelled or pistol-launched, can be visible for miles, and they are approved for both day and nighttime use. Caution: U.S. Coast Guard approved pistol launcher for aerial distress signals may be classified as firearm in some states due to the pistol configuration. Check applicable state laws to avoid possible violation.
A signal made by any signaling method consisting of the group ... SOS in the Morse code. A signal sent by radiotelephony consisting of the spoken word Mayday.
47 CFR Section 80.1123, Paragraph A, requires all ships at sea to maintain a continuous radio watch. Mayday calls take precedence over all other radio communications and are given prompt attention. It is important to follow the recommended format or checklist for Mayday calls to ensure all vital information is transmitted. For example,
Vessel calling Coast Guard, this is Coast Guard on 16, over.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is Ocean Hopper 2, Ocean Hopper 2, Ocean Hopper 2, Charlie Yankee Zulu 65. Mayday, Ocean Hopper 2. Position: north 23 degrees 07.2 minutes, west 072 degrees 10.1 minutes. Engine room explosion. Need medical assistance and rescue. 402 persons on board. 4 persons third-degree burn. Ocean Hopper 2 is 186 meters passenger vessel, White Holland accommodation. Over.
The International Code Signal of Distress indicated by NC.
The International Code of Signals has an illustration of flags and pennants.
A signal consisting of a square flag having above or below it a ball or anything resembling a ball. Flames on the vessel, as from a burning tar barrel, oil barrel, etc. A rocket parachute flare or a hand flare showing a red light.
Parachute red flares can be considered one of the most powerful visual distress signals. The parachute slows their descent rate, so they remain airborne and visible longer than the red meteor. Caution: pyrotechnics have explosive properties and must be handled with extreme caution. Follow the manufacturer's instructions for safe operations of each type of pyrotechnic.
A smoke signal giving off orange-colored smoke.
The orange-colored smoke signal is effective during daytime. It floats and can indicate wind direction. These added advantages can be helpful in case of an aircraft rescue.
Slowly and repeatedly raising and lowering arms outstretched to each side. A distress alert by means of digital selective calling, DSC, transmitted on VHF channel 70 or MF-HF on the frequencies 2187.5 kHz, 8414.5 kHz, 4207.5 kHz, 6312 kHz, 12577 kHz, or 16804.5 kHz.
Digital Selective Calling, abbreviated as DSC, is a land-based radio communications system that operates within the very high, medium, and high-frequency bands. The dedicated distress button is a key advantage of the DSC feature on marine radios. In case of an emergency, an operator can simply press the distress button for about 5 seconds to send out a pre-formatted distress alert to the Coast Guard and other vessels within radio range. The distress alert will include the vessel's identification, position, if interfaced with GPS, and other vital information. In addition, the distress alert will automatically repeat regularly until acknowledged or canceled by the operator.
A ship-to-shore distress alert transmitted by the ship's Inmarsat or other mobile satellite service provider Ship Earth Station.
The Inmarsat is a global satellite-based communication system. If using Inmarsat-C, keep in mind that this unit does not support voice communication. Inmarsat-C terminals, like marine DSC radios, have a dedicated distress button for sending out a short pre-formatted alert with the vessel's identification, position, and other vital information.
Signals transmitted by emergency position indicating radio beacons.
The EPIRB can be activated automatically by water pressure on a hydrostatic release or manually by an operator to transmit a distress alert on 406 MHz, the internationally designated distress frequency. The alert, containing the vessel's unique identification, is picked up by satellite and relayed to a land station for routing to the appropriate search and rescue authority. EPIRB are required by law to be tested monthly.
Approved signals transmitted by radio communication systems, including survival craft radar transponders.
The Survival Craft Radar Transponders is the Search and Rescue Transponder abbreviated as SART. It is buoyant, watertight, ruggedly designed, and operates in the 9 GHz frequency band. When the SART is triggered by transmission from an X-band radar, the SART automatically alerts survivals and transmits a position signal. The signal appears on the X-band radar display as a series of 12 evenly spaced dots radiating outward from the SART's position. As the responding vessel closes in on the SART, the dots on the radar display turn into arcs and eventually concentric circles when the vessel is near the SART's position. SART signal can also be picked up by radar on search and rescue aircraft. SARTs are required by law to be tested monthly. Digital selective calling, Inmarsat, EPIRBs, and SARTs are all part of the Global Maritime Distress and Safety System, abbreviated as GMDSS. This is an international system developed to provide communication infrastructure, equipment, and procedures to enhance global search and rescue.
The use or exhibition of any of the foregoing signals, except for the purpose of indicating distress and need of assistance, and the use of other signals which may be confused with any of the above signals is prohibited. Attention is drawn to the relevant sections of the International Code of Signals, the International Aeronautical and Maritime Search and Rescue Manual, Volume 3, and the following signals: a piece of orange-colored canvas with either a black square and circle or other appropriate symbol for identification from the air, a dye marker.
Keep in mind, the objective of distress signals is to attract attention for assistance in a major emergency. Nothing in the SOLAS Convention prohibits a vessel from using any and all practical means available to attract attention when in distress. For example, signaling mirror or inverting the country's flag flown on a vessel can be used to attract attention. The distress signals under the inland rules are the same for international rules, with one addition. A high-intensity white light flashing at regular intervals from 50 to 70 times per minute is allowed in inland rules.